Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Shalia and I'm super glad to have you. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm not going to be doing a tutorial at all. Probably not even going to pick up makeup at all today. I kind of wanted to talk to you guys and help with picking out the right foundation. I know that it is one of those things that's super overwhelming and a lot of people get to a store and they're like, fuck. What do I do? So I'm here to help, and I hope that I can give you guys a little bit of tips and suggestions that will help you guys on your search. But before I get into it, please go ahead and go down and subscribe to my channel. And at the end of this, if you guys like what you saw and heard, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below in case you guys want to maybe see something new, whether it's another video like this or maybe an eyebrow tutorial or an eyelash application tutorial or a nude lipstick video or anything under the sun that you guys feel like you want to see. I don't want to just be sitting here doing reviews on makeup that you guys might not be buying or necessarily doing tutorials for things that you guys don't need. I really want to be here helping everybody and even helping myself to some extent, you know what I mean? So with that being said, let's jump right into it. So I'm sure everyone watching this video at some point or another walked into a beauty store and just been overwhelmed because there's so much in the store, and immediately you're kind of discouraged because you're like, okay, there are a million right choices I can make and there's also a million wrong choices I can make. So as far as foundation goes, always do a little bit of research at home. So one of the things that you can try to figure out at home is what kind of skin you have. So think about it like throughout the days, is your skin really dry? If you guys have really dry skin, there's automatically a bunch of foundations that you want to avoid. The ones that are not made for dry skin might not have any oil in them or anything like that, and it's just going to dry your skin out further. It's going to give you like that cracked look and that dry and ashy look, and you don't want that. Next, if you have oily skin, you want to avoid every foundation under the sun that is geared toward dry skin, because you are just adding more oil on top of more oil on top of more oil in your skin, and it might look good when you first put it on, but give it an hour, 2 hours, 12 hours, however long you're going to be out that day, and you're screwed. Your makeup's literally going to be melting off. You're going to have smile lines everywhere, and nobody wants those. You have like the forehead wrinkles. Again, not good. If you don't have dry or oily skin, you might have combination skin. Or you could be someone like me who, for the most part, I usually have oily skin, and over time my skin is leaned more towards normal, but every now and then, depending on the weather, depending on my diet, depending on how much water I've had, stuff like that, my skin can get super dry, or sometimes it's my face wash. So you kind of want to try to figure out where you are at that moment with your skin and go from there. Secondly, you want to figure out your undertone. That is not always an easy thing to do. I know some people tell you to like look at your wrist, check your veins or your chest, or there's tons of different ways to, well, not tons, but a few different ways to figure out your undertone. But typically undertones are either yellow, the red, or cool. Sometimes, or neutral, basically. Like I know for myself, I have a yellow undertone, so I tend to lean towards foundations that are geared towards people with a yellow undertone. If I go for a foundation that has a more red undertone, I very quickly start looking very orange, and that is the exact opposite of what I want to look like. You want your foundation to still look natural. Going with the wrong undertone will screw you out completely, because you'll look at your face and your face will be one color, you'll look at your neck and then your chest and your neck will be one color and your chest will be another color. That's exactly what you want to avoid. Number 3, finding the right shade. So you may have your undertone down pat, but Fenty Beauty, for example, just put out 40 shades. I think you're gonna have a couple to choose from. So for example, you can pick up one shade that looks exactly like it and you're gonna swatch it on your hand. Bad, bad, bad. Do not swatch on your hand, or unless you absolutely have to. Your hand is usually a lot lighter than your face, just naturally, and so swatching on your hand, you're gonna go home and be like, yeah, boom, I found this great foundation. It's amazing. It's my Undertone. It's great for my skin type. And then you put it on your face and you're like, I look like fucking Casper. You don't want that. You don't want that, okay? So, I'll tell you straight up, if you cannot swatch directly on your face, like let's say you're wearing makeup or you just don't want to put it on your face, the best place to swatch is on your chest. You can swatch in this area right here just because either your neck is usually either lighter or darker than your face, and so that is not really the best place to do it either. Like I already said, the hand is not super good, so the chest is usually your safest bet. It gets about the same amount of sun exposure as your face unless you wear a lot of clothes that cover up that area. I usually can pick up my shade very quickly because I've just been wearing makeup for so long, but every now and then I pick up like 2 to 3, and then I basically I'm like, okay, boom, found the one. And basically what you want to do is you want to get the foundation that kind of just melts itself into your chest. I'm going to see if I can give you guys an example right now. So that is my Makeup Forever HD stick. It kind of literally just melts itself into my skin. When I was at the store, I had 2 other ones. I had one that was darker and one that was lighter. And the darker one, I kind of wanted to lean to a little bit, but when I put it on my face, it didn't look as good, so I ended up going with this one. So that leads us to tip number 4. Not all brands have the exact perfect shade for you, and that's okay. What you want to do is you want to follow those first 3 and then go into the 4th step knowing, shit, this company might not make my color. If you want to splurge and you feel like this foundation is hands down the best thing you've ever gotten your hands on, it feels like gold, get 2 colors and mix the 2 together, and then I promise you, you'll be the happiest person in the world. Because it could just be that those 2 colors mixed together is your exact, there's a hair on me, that's your exact color. Now, as far as when it comes to buying foundation, the lighting inside of beauty stores is not always the best. So the foundation might be reading great on your skin inside of that fluorescent light, but when you get yourself in the natural light, you're like, great, I thought I did a great job. This fucking sucks. So if you are at a store that will provide you a sample, do not hesitate to ask for one. You usually get enough in a sample that you can do your whole face probably twice. Like, I'm going to show you an example right now. Hold on. Alright, so the samples at Sephora are usually about this big. It looks super tiny, but when you really think about how much foundation you put on your face, this is a crap ton. Okay, at least for you to figure out whether or not you have the right shade. Before your old foundation runs out, check out a couple of other shades, ask for a sample, go home, try it out. If it doesn't work, you still have your other foundation sitting right there that works perfectly. Now, if you can take 2 or 3, great. If they allow you to take that many, awesome. Because literally, you can try one, mix and match them, figure out which one works best for you, and then boom, you've got the perfect foundation shade forever and ever until they decide to discontinue it, or until you get like me and you want to try 30 different brands for foundation and wear a different one every day based on the weather or where you're going, etc., etc. If you're buying drugstore makeup, obviously you cannot get a sample. That sucks. But if you live near a CVS, I can tell you for a fact that CVS will take your used beauty products back. Most companies understand that beauty related items are not perfect. It's very difficult to pick out your perfect thing just like by looking at it inside of the store. Weather changes things, the amount of time you're wearing something changes things, your skin type changes things, and so something that you purchase seems like the best thing since sliced bread, and then you get home and it doesn't work. Being able to try out different foundations is important, and being able to bring them back is important, but don't abuse the system. So if you can get a sample, get it, take it, it's fine. Don't stand next to your friend and be like, oh, we're the same color, I'm gonna buy what she's buying, and then walk around looking like, you know, Bozo the Clown, because you and your friend might look like the same color, but your undertones and skin types and all of those things that I mentioned before might not be exactly the same. So it's super important for you to know all those things about yourself and to be able to go into the store and pick out the item. And guys, last but not least, do not be afraid to ask for help. But don't be afraid to disagree with the help that you're getting. I will never forget, about a year ago, I went into a Sephora, and like I said, I'm usually pretty good at picking out my color, but this was a brand new foundation for me. I had never used it before, and I was sort of battling between two colors, and maybe it was 2 years ago. Whatever, I don't remember. So I asked the guy and was like, hey, do you mind like helping to color match me? I'm not sure which two I have. And so he was like, yeah. He completely dismissed the two colors I picked up another one that was clearly too dark for me, clearly. He swatched it on my hand and he said, do you wear concealer and do you wear setting spray? Like something along, no. Maybe he said, do you wear like powder? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, when you add the powder and like finish your makeup, it finishes much lighter. And I was like, okay. And I left. And then I was like, that doesn't even make fucking sense. I stood there and I believed him because he was the professional and I wasn't. And so I went home $50 poorer than I was earlier in the day and went home with something that didn't even work for me. So you guys just want to be cautious when you ask for help. Like, I want you guys to ask for help if you need it, absolutely. But if you're looking something with your own eyes in the same light that they're looking at it and you know it doesn't work, don't get it. Don't get it. Okay? Alright guys, so I hope you guys like this. Let me know if you guys want more videos like this. I'm thinking of doing one about picking your perfect nude lipstick because I am a nude lipstick queen. Let me know what you guys want to see. I'm here for you. So, yeah. Don't forget to click the subscribe button down the bottom. Give this video a lovely, lovely, lovely thumbs up if you liked it. In the comment section, say something nice if you have something nice to say. Otherwise, put it on mute, you know? And I will see you guys next time. Bye.